So Student Involvement Fair is a place for a moment in which our current clubs or organizations get together with the students to share what they do, ways of joining them. And of course, it is a good moment to meet new, very cool people and share your interests regarding clubs and organizations in campus. So here we're also going to share some guidelines about how to start a new club, important events coming soon. And of course, it is a good moment for giving some publicity to our Seattle Central app, where you can find all these amazing clubs and organizations, interact with them, and be aware of events happening on campus. Okay, so let's start breaking the ice. I will introduce myself and then pass the ball to someone else to do the same. My name is Karina. I'm a SORC coordinator. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a Black female presenter with square glasses and a black shirt. And I will pass the ball to JC.
JC, you're on mute.
Sorry. Hello, I'm JC. I use they, them pronouns. I am wearing the student leadership jacket and hoodie with a tie-dye shirt underneath. And I am the manager of SORC. All right, I'm passing it to you, Cam.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Cam, and I'm the member of the SORC team too. I use she, her pronouns, and I consider myself as Asian. I wear green sweater, and I have like the tiger background.
Let's move to the funniest part of this event, is club presentations. So I will name the first club I see here on my screen, and then this club could give a summary, a quick summary of what they do and anything else they would like to address. And after this club is done, so let's continue with the ball game. I mean, that this club could pass the ball to someone else and then do the same. We would like to do a question moment after 10 minutes. For any doubts the students could have. So let's start with NAMI.
All right. Hey guys, so as I mentioned a little bit earlier, NAMI stands for the National Association of Mental Illness. Although this is just a college organization, they are actually linked with a wider association that exists in every major and smaller cities throughout the country. And they have organizations that basically lead efforts to build awareness for mental health issues, awareness of resources for people dealing with mental health issues, and also efforts to just remove the stigma surrounding mental health. So that was something really important to me. And so I reached out to people last year, and the club kind of existed, but it was super new. And then everybody left for 4U universities from Seattle Central. And so I am in the process of building the club from the bottom up with our faculty advisor, Bryson Wallab, who works in the counseling department. And so that would give students a really interesting opportunity to be a part of something new and actually build something that will stay at Seattle Central even after you leave, because we're trying to build traditions, build things that we do each quarter, each meeting, stuff like that, trying to see like how we actually want this to look. And so anyways, if you join the club, one of the biggest things that we will be doing is planning events, not just for us, but for the whole campus, surrounding mental health and mental health awareness. And so some ideas for these events would be like hanging up posters in the hallways or decorating the campus for like Mental Health Awareness Week and stuff like that, just to get people talking about it. And then we'll also lead in some tabling events where we'll like set up a table and like hand out candy to students with like little pamphlets that can tell them about like resources for mental health, or just like, you know, further information about NAMI. So yeah, and then we just had our first meeting previously last week, and a lot of people mentioned that one of the reasons they wanted to join the club was to meet people. And so I've been in the process of like brainstorming just different like social events that we could do once some of the pandemic restrictions get lifted, hopefully later on this quarter, but maybe next quarter. So yeah, just like an opportunity to meet other people and learn more about mental health and how to be a leader in your community surrounding mental health. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll pass it on to PTK because I'm actually also interested in learning more about PTK.
Hey, Charlie, I'm emailing you like as you were talking. I was like, hey, Charles. Yeah, so yeah, we're Phi Theta Kappa. And like I said, we're the Academic Honor Society. And so if you have reached a 3.3 GPA after 12 credits of what we say is college credits, which is defined as 100 level and above. So if your course numbers are 100 level or above, and you've completed 12 of those, you can join Phi Theta Kappa. And it's for everyone. So if you're in a professional program, if you're a high school student, if you are degree seeking, whoever you are, if you've reached 12 credits, please join us. We are active. We have just accomplished our 5th star. And so what that means is throughout the quarter, we actually inherited a 1-star chapter. And, you know, because of the pandemic last calendar year, it was like a struggle for Phi Theta Kappa. So we came back swinging and we managed to pull it off. And it was, we just actually finished at 9 p.m. last night. So we have been nonstop going for this. And so what that involved was we have outreach events, we do tabling, we promote our chapter. You know, right now we're not doing tabling, but we did last quarter. We will, as soon as we can, we'll do that again. Another thing we do, we have a regional, which Zara is an officer for as well in a regional group. It's called the Greater Northwest Region for Phi Theta Kappa. So we have Phi Theta Kappa as a region, and then Phi Theta Kappa is an international society with a headquarters based in the South. And so we have conferences. Our one this year is in April. It's in Colorado. It's called Catalyst, and it's a major big event. And so we're excited about that. And let's see what else. Oh, Zara and I and the rest of the team are planning a regional event. So we will have something smaller that's more local. You know, we're actually eyeing our college to be the location. That's not really fully our decision, but you know, Zara and I are doing what we can to see if we can host or if we can actually have it here. And let's see, what else do we do? Oh, we have a scholarship committee that's very active. We help students find scholarships. Phi Theta Kappa has our own scholarship application. One deadline was December 1st, and the next one will be in May. And but what we're doing right now is we're looking at external scholarships and what's available. I met with the director of scholarships for our college last week. And so we're getting information from them and from some different offices within the college. And, you know, there's some deadlines coming up actually January 31st. So if you want to be involved in a scholarship committee, if you're a Phi Theta Kappa member, please email me. I will put my email in the chat. And my email is alice.vannorman@Seattle Colleges, but I'll put it in the chat in a minute. We work on a college project, and that's kind of our 4th star. And our college project is to support the food pantry, the food and resource pantry at the college. And what we did last quarter is we did a clothing drive. We collected clothes and shoes, and then we had a just major clothing giveaway in the hallway at BE, and it was amazing. Thank you for the heart. Yeah, it was just truly, you know, the best experience that we've had. And so most of the students asked us, when are you doing this again? So we cannot wait. And we're ready. We have the clothes, we're ready. We just need approvals and we need, you know, just to be able to do it again. So we'll be doing that. And we do honors in action, and that's a research project, which, you know, is one of the things we just finished feverishly last night. But we take a topic this quarter, or, you know, for 2021, our topic was, what is the future of land acknowledgements? And so we looked at, you know, kind of the issues, you know, sometimes they're sounding a little performative, and, you know, how can we kind of go beyond that? So we gathered 8 academic sources. We filled out, you know, PTK is very structured. And so, you know, they have certain questions you need to answer. And so you just go through and you just do the work. And we met with the Indigenous Peoples professor, Maya Escobedo, at Seattle Central College. She's taught Native Studies course last quarter, and she's teaching one this quarter. I highly recommend her classes. She's new. This is a new program here at Seattle Central, but yeah, so we met with her. It was an incredible experience. So yeah, so please join us. We are super active. We need members, and our email database isn't stellar, as Charles knows. So we, if you haven't been contacted by us, please seek us out and keep trying. So we want you to join. We have meetings every Tuesday from 1 to 1:50, and we have scholarship committee meetings every week. We have college project meetings, honors and action meetings, communication meetings. Yeah, so we need your help, so please join us. Thanks.
What time did you say those were on Tuesday?
Tuesday, 1 to 1:50.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. And should I pass it on? Yes, that was the plan. I would like to pass it on because I also need to respond. This is a pattern with me, I see. I need to respond to an email. I would like to hear about the queer and trans co-op, please.
Hi, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be screen sharing, so just one moment here. It will be just a half second while I get it set up. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so we are here to represent the Queer and Trans Cooperative. We're formerly known as the Queer Cooperative. We are the official LGBTQ+ student group at Seattle Central College, and this quarter we have meetings every other Tuesday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. over Zoom.
So Juliet and I are the co-leaders of Queer Trans Cooperative. Both of us are new to Seattle Central College, and before this year had never attended what was previously Queer Cooperative. But when we saw that everybody at Queer Cooperative had graduated, we thought it would be an absolute terrible thing if a group like this evaporated, went into nothing. So we decided to take it over. So as I said, I'm Jared, I use he, they pronouns. I did my description earlier, so for time, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna let you go back if you wanna hear what I look like in the recording. But what I forgot to say is that I'm calling in from Seattle on land which was stolen from the Coast Salish Indigenous people.
And then I already introduced myself earlier, so I'm going to kind of leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
So then what do we plan to do? We wanted to decide as a group, because both Jared and I are new to Seattle Central and the Queer Trans Cooperative. We've been assembling a group of LGBTQ+ students to decide how we should steer our group. We did have one meeting last fall, and we did lots of brainstorming, and with that, we've sort of been moving ahead.
Yeah. But just some of the things we talked about doing at that last meeting include for everything from LGBTQ plus workshops. This could be know your rights kind of workshops. It could be the ABCs of your LGBTs. It could be learning about LGBTQ change makers and artists in our community. We also talked extensively about doing some kind of arts and crafts activities. So that could be button making, COVID cooking, paper mache, and hopefully, I hope, infographics. There's also been a lot of enthusiasm around doing like a queer art expose at some point in the near future. And the project that seems like most of us are rallying behind is pushing this year for an LGBTQ plus Pride Center. So this would be, what we've talked about is converting one of SEC's many study spaces into one which is dedicated to LGBTQ plus community members and culture. So this could be with comfortable infographics, with comfortable furniture, excuse me, and infographics, the latest news, and just a whole lot of color. And I'm sure not all of these projects will come to be this year, but we're setting our sights high.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the projects that we are already working on is creating accessibility to gender-neutral restrooms at Central. Currently, there are 2 gender-neutral restrooms in the BE building, but there are no gender-neutral restrooms in all of the other buildings on the Central campus. So that's something that we are very passionate about and in the process of setting up meetings for.
Mm-hmm. So if you are interested, we've set up a quick Google Forms document, which you can reach at a link that Juliet is putting into the chat right now. There's also a QR code, which if you have your phone, you can just take that and scan it, and it takes no more than 5 minutes. You can also contact us at by emailing us at qtcooperative@gmail.com. Once again, our meetings this quarter are Tuesdays from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. over Zoom. I also, for the sake of the other groups, want to request that if you have any questions with us, you either see us in our breakout room, email us, or send us a direct message, because I want to make sure NAMI and PTK have all the time in the world to answer questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
So I'm going to pass it back to JC, Karina, Cam, whichever one of you is up next.
So before that, I think we would like to do a question section. So if anyone has any questions for NAMI, PTK, or Queer Trans Cooperative, please feel free to jump in or post it in the chat.
I have a question for PTK. I'm an international student, and like a lot of people here, when I come, like, oh, you can get a scholarship, you can get a scholarship. And I've been trying to get a scholarships or something. And since I'm international students, well, everyone says it's so easy, but they don't take in mind that I'm international students, and a lot of associations don't help international students because we have to prove that we have the money in order to come here. So I want to know if PTK also helps international students, not just like US residents.
Yes. So I'm from Canada. I used to be an international student, and now I'm a US resident, but I do totally understand because I also, with external scholarships and such, I'm always lucky, like sometimes I qualify as a US resident, sometimes I don't because I'm not an American citizen. And, so it is difficult. And but we do have some scholarships for international students, just membership. And so for our scholarship application internally with Phi Theta Kappa, you need to have a 3.5 GPA, and you need to have completed a certain amount of not just credits for membership, but a certain amount of credits for the scholarship application. So once you're a member, you can go on, in the committee, a scholarship committee, we can help you, but you can go on the ptk.org website at any time. And once you're a member, you just log in and then you select the scholarships tab. And then the first section of the scholarship application is about, are you eligible? So you can kind of go through, they haven't opened it up, I don't think, unless they did that in the last couple of days, but they haven't opened it up for the next cycle. But yeah, so there are scholarships, and we also, as a scholarship committee, are like, what we're trying to do is compile a scholarship list for all students, not just Phi Theta Kappa members, but all students. And we want to work with the people that are kind of hosting these lists at Seattle College. There are a couple different departments that are using lists. Sometimes they're updated. We want to be the group that helps them every year update and add, so that all students can know what scholarships are available. And so we will be researching all categories and find whatever we can. But you are correct, it is more difficult, 100%. And you were referring to the fact that, as an international student, you have to submit documentation that you have the funds to come here. And so I went through that, but that doesn't mean you have the funds to cover all of the crazy tuition costs that are associated in this country with school. So yeah, so I totally feel ya, and we're gonna do our best to find as many scholarships as possible. So yeah, thank you.
We are part of SORC. SORC is Student Organization Resources and Council Board. Is a board that is part of Student Leadership Office, and we work to support clubs and organizations, like provide funding if they want to reserve a room, if they want to plan activities. We are there to support them, basically. Yes, that's what we do. So Cam or GC, do you want to add anything more?
Sure. So part of the great thing about starting a club at Seattle Central, or if your current club, some of the benefits you get is that we do provide funding for clubs. For instance, if you want to get a membership for, let's say, NAMI, for instance, or if you want to plan an event, we do have an online club funding request form that you can fill out so that we can reimburse you. Yeah, we have not only club funding, but we also have nice rooms in student leadership where you can have your club meetings. We have arts and crafts. We have lockers, a store. There's a lot of benefits to starting a club at Seattle Central. So if anyone is ever interested in knowing more about what they can get out of being a club at Seattle Central, feel free to go on our website, which will be posted in the chat.
I already did some how to start in our current club we have, and I will post the club funding.
Okay, so I think I will pass the ball, given we are done with the explanation. I will pass the ball to ODEN.
Hello everyone. We are ODEN. Can we share screen? Okay. To begin with, do you guys know this character? Maybe
no, we don't.
No, yeah. Thank you for replying me. And maybe everyone don't know. He's one of the anime character. His name is ODEN, and his name is the same as our club name. So what does ODEN mean? ODEN is one of the traditional foods in Japan. And the reason for naming our club ODEN is that we would like to create a place where people with different nationality interact with each other, like the ingredients in ODEN. And next, I'm gonna share about our club information. The purpose of our club is to interact with each other through Japanese culture. And then we want our club to be open to people from all over the world, not just Japanese. And we are thinking of holding an event the first and third week. And then in February, we're gonna hold event on the 2nd and 16th so far. But if there are any suggestions for more events or events like this, we would be willing to make changes. And we are planning some events such as cooking and eating Japanese food, watching anime together, learning each language, doing sports, etc. And our first event will be held on February 2nd. The title is Okonomiyaki Party. We are planning to cook and eat okonomiyaki, which is one of the traditional Japanese food. More details will be announced on Instagram later. As a means of contact, we will use Instagram. Instagram will be a way to share information about our event, the event itself. So if you want to join our event, please follow our Instagram. Take a second to take a picture or QR code, or let's start. Thank you. Okay, and finally, we are looking for members to run the club with us. So if you are interested, contact us on Instagram. Thank you for listening, and we are looking forward to your participation. Do you have any questions?
We'll have a Q&A period in about 6 minutes. So since ASC has to go before 1, feel free to take the stage.
Thank you, JC. So hi, everybody. My name is, I introduced myself, but for those who are joining right now, my name is Alex Roque. My pronouns are she, her, hers. So today I am representing ASC, Associated Student Council. So the ASC is your classic student council at any college or high school or any like educational institution that you're used to. And we do a range of things, really. So a lot of us have different roles. I particularly do administration, which is representing or being the bridge, if you will, from different administrators like the college president or the different vice presidents and the student body, representing their needs, just being that source of communication. Additionally, we do a lot of other things. We have a Legislative Affairs Week, which is actually coming up this February, where we meet with our legislators and talk to them about the issues that matter to the college and support certain bills or policies. So I believe, or I'm sure, that on 2 of the items on our legislative priorities this year are mental health services for students and textbook affordability. In addition to that, we run or we facilitate a lot of projects on campus, a lot of programs. If you see the automatic dispensers in a lot of the bathrooms on campus, that was one of the legacy projects of the student council. It is something that we are actively trying to improve. So if anything, if you have noticed any problems with the dispensers, please let us know. I'll be placing my email in the chat. But yes, we do a lot of different things, from student forums to handling the fee processing for our student activities fees, and working with different boards to make sure that they help get the funding that they need. And in addition to that, we serve as representatives in different college-related councils. So whether that be the College Council of Interim President Dr. Yoshiko, or the Board of Trustees of the Seattle colleges. We go there to share ideas, what we hear from the student body, to really just show both the good and also the bad that comes with the student experience as a central student. What are some of the ways that you can get involved? So every year we open applications, and we also applications for hiring with the Associated Student Council. We have different roles, whether that be administration, working with finance, working with issues and concerns. Over the past few years has worked on projects like feminine hygiene projects, working with the queer and trans co-op the previous years to work on gender neutral bathrooms. And we also have a legislative affairs position. So this person would be working with government offices, the government relations officer of the college, and really just help students be really involved, especially during election season or during the legislative session, where representatives talk about bills and try to get bills passed, which is happening right now. So aside from the yearly hiring, which happens every spring quarter, I believe, preparations haven't been happening yet since it's winter, but we also have different committees that you could be a part of. So we have, for example, a student union building committee, which I would love, for the sake of time, I will not be elaborating on, but it is an idea to perhaps renovate the student leadership and building and the bookstore to create a truly student-centered space with rooms such as food, like moving the food pantry there, having a space where students carrying their children can feed their children, help take care of them in between classes or during classes if they have Zoom, having nap pods, a communal kitchen, all these different things. We also have a student advocacy committee where their main, or one of their projects is to, whether that be physically or virtually, go to Olympia to talk to representatives and be in those meetings with them, just pushing for our different priorities as a college. So I keep talking about the legislative affairs moment because it is one of our biggest preparations right now. We're planning to have it around the first 2 weeks of February. So if you would like to get involved, be in a meeting where we really get to study how does talking to legislators work? How do we schedule meetings with them? What do they look for? What are the issues that we want to present to them? I'll place my email in the chat and I will direct you to Mary, who's working on that right now. We also have regular meetings every Monday from 3 to 4 p.m. where you get to just see all the different happenings in student council. So whether that be fixing certain policy things, talking about all the different projects on campus, or just talking about what we're doing in our specific committees. We do everything we can to be as transparent and as accessible as possible. And we would absolutely love all of you to be in our meetings and to give us your ideas and give us your thoughts. So that is it for me. Do I pass it back to you, JC?
Yes. So let's do Q&A for SORC, ODEN, and for ASC. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat, or feel free to turn on your microphone during this period.
Well, this isn't really a question, but I just want to say I'm super excited, Alex, to learn about all these different committees and ways to get involved with legislative bodies and also just, the school administration. So we, I want to learn about that. I'll send you an email about that. And also we hope that, you can maybe join one of our meetings at PTK and, you know, give us, our student body, a rundown of all of that. We would love to, you know, make them aware of all the opportunities too. So it's pretty exciting. I hope everyone gets involved. That sounds like super, super cool to me.
I have a question for ODEN Club. I'm just curious about the event. Is it like, where is it gonna be? Is it gonna be on campus?
Yes. We are planning to held event in the campus.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for.
Yeah, but it's also possible for us to have events like outside the campus, like from now on. But as far as we've decided up to now, it's all on campus.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, let's pass it to RCC.
Hi, thank you, Karina. My name is Taryn. I am the chair for the Respiratory Care Club. I'm going to share my screen. Is everybody able to see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to teach you about the Respiratory Care Club and also the Respiratory Care Program at Seattle Central. These are all of our members. We have a senior class club and a junior class club. Each member is elected or nominated and elected by their classmates. You do have to be in the program to be a part of the club. In the past, our club has been really active and able to raise quite a bit of money. Unfortunately, COVID has kind of put a halt on some things. So in the past, we've held annual conferences with professional guest speakers and able to raise up to $3,000 for one conference. This allows us to provide scholarships to the required annual RCSW conference in March every year, which is about $100 per student. So that's helped out a lot. We've also visited schools to educate about asthma and smoking. They used to take part in the annual cystic fibrosis marathon every year, but unfortunately COVID has been on hold. So we have been kind of discussing how to do some fundraising options with being COVID friendly. We've done a few fundraisers at Chipotle that haven't really been that effective. So we're in the process of figuring out what we can do. You're probably wondering what a respiratory therapist is, because most people do. It's not a very well-known profession. It is getting a lot more well-known because of COVID, because that's the majority of our patient population now. So as a respiratory therapist, we diagnose, treat, and educate patients on respiratory health. We manage ventilated patients in artificial airways. We work primarily with critically ill patients, which means that our job is really challenging, really fast paced. Our career is pretty autonomous. In the hospital, we're well respected by the medical team and are often consulted a lot by the doctors and able to get our input and opinion on the patient status and treatment plans. We're a master of the cardiopulmonary system, which is rare in the medical field. We are a very social profession. We work very closely with our medical team. It's a very team-based job. There's a lot of problem solving, hands-on learning. We work through difficult situations. We're able to critically think. So it's a lot of fun. As a career, respiratory therapy is estimated to grow 19% by 2014, which is the fastest growing medical profession. We're ranked number 6 in healthcare jobs and number 16 in the best 100 jobs in the country. Our average salary in Seattle is $65,000 to $91,000 and sometimes more. Most hospitals, because we're so low staffed in hospitals right now, have signing bonuses, which can range from $2,500 to $10,000. So pretty substantial. The many hospitals in the area like Harborview, UW Montlake campus, and Providence Everett offer internship opportunities while you're still in the program, so that you get, as well as our clinical rotations, you also get some experience on top of that. Respiratory care can also be a stepping stone for other careers like perfusionism, healthcare management, and physician assistant. And it's also very rewarding. To watch positive patient outcomes is it's a lot. Why Seattle Central? Because we give a bachelor's degree at a community college price, which is around $22,000, which beats $60,000 at a university. Our students are also eligible for the Allied Health Scholarship, which I've had since I started and helps out a lot. All of our instructors are still working therapists. They're still in the field and work every week, which means that they're always on top of the latest medical developments, which is really rare in medical programs. We have a very diverse cohort population. So all of our instructors are cultured and well-versed in diverse student populations and able to cater to different learning styles. And they know how to effectively communicate with a diverse group. We have access to the latest equipment in all of the Benson area hospitals, which is really helpful. Our program is also very highly respected by Washington State hospitals, which means that we have a high rate of job placement after graduation. I haven't actually heard of anybody who's graduated our program that hasn't been able to find a job. We have small class sizes, 20 to 24 students at a time, which means a better student to teacher ratio. Our prerequisites are similar to pre-nursing, which means that it's easy to transition into respiratory care from pre-nursing. We have a 50% acceptance rate. We have a 95% pass rate with the MBRC, which is our licensure test at the end of the program, which is 126% above the country's average, which is huge. We have clinical rotations at 6 area hospitals. So we have Harborview, UW Montlake, UW Northwest, Swedish Edmonds, Providence Everett, Overlake, and Evergreen. I think that's it. The UW MEDEX program, the PA program at UW, recognizes our bachelor's degree as a very respected degree, and which bumps you up in line if you apply to that program. So a lot of our students go straight into the UW PA program, which is the first PA program in the country. So it's very highly respected and very hard to get into. If you're looking to apply to our program, applications for 2024 are due February 1st of this year. However, there is always next year. And Nathan will post the link to our website in the chat, and then in the breakout space, if you guys have any questions about prerequisites and what it takes, and then we can definitely answer those for you. And our Instagram is at the bottom there. And then Nathan, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
You've kind of touched base on everything. This is mainly, it's a really great program. Like going into healthcare, I had no idea what respiratory care even was till I worked at Harborview for 3-4 years. And before I was honestly pre-nursing, but after seeing, you know, what the respiratory therapists did at the hospitals, various hospitals I worked at and kind of shadowed, it's a remarkable field. And honestly, I like it a lot because it just focuses on the thoracic region and up. I mean, you will occasionally have to do, you know, other things, but it's very focused, very specialized, and the healthcare team really needs us in these type of times. And this program is really great. I actually met Jen Clark, who's the program director, working at Harborview, and she is amazing, phenomenal. And if you want to contact her or us, it's very easy, and we respond all the time. So if you're interested, please apply. I know the applications are due pretty soon, but just apply because you won't regret it.
Yeah, and like Nathan said, I was also pre-nursing. I've been in emergency medicine for 9 years now. I thought for sure I wanted to be a nurse, and then I looked into respiratory care, and I have not looked back. I absolutely love it. It really takes, it's very challenging and very fast paced, and it's really rewarding, and it's a lot of fun. The cardiopulmonary system is just fascinating. There's so much that goes into it, and it's always so interesting. So we definitely hope that we can get more people into this field, because it's a lot of fun. You talk to any RT and they absolutely love their job, no matter if they've done it 2 years or 20 years, they are still passionate about it. So thank you, everyone. Oh, I'll pass it on to the math club.
Hi, everyone. As I previously said, I'm Laura. I'm the president of the Math Club. My introduction is my introduction for the Math Club is going to be very short, because we are a very new group. We started last week. So basically, our purpose is to show the world that math can be fun, math can be engaging, and math is not that language that no one understands, and it's just very abstract. And we just want to help students to see that with math you can understand the world better than you do without it. And the way we do that is we have different math problems, and we try to go through them without really using math formulas, math knowledge that much. We just try to see the logical part of it, right? And yeah, we have a meeting every week. For now it's on Zoom, but we plan to get a room on campus after the COVID cases are decreasing. We want to have different speakers from the math area, just to have an idea what you can do after you. For example, I want to study math in the future, and I'm not sure what jobs I can have after that, right? So that's what we are trying to do, have speakers that can talk about this more. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys want to join us, and if you have any questions, let us know. I'm going to put my email address in the chat, and if anyone wants to join, feel free to do that.
I think we have left Info Central CAB tag. So do you want any of you are willing to talk about yourself?
Yeah, I can go. CAB. Let me just share it quickly. Okay. Who's CAB? We are a college activities board, part of the student leadership. We're a team of students who develop and organize cultural events throughout the quarters. We celebrate and recognize the diversity of our campus, and we bring attention to underrepresented and marginalized cultures. We also, I'm gonna show you some of the past events and activities that we did last quarter. Like we organized a Halloween, Dia de Muertos, and Distress Day. These are events that happened last quarter. I don't know if any of you were in there. The Halloween was so much fun. The Distress, we had some chair massage and some arts and crafts. It was so much fun. For the Dia de Muertos, we put an altar in the main building, the BE building. And for this quarter, we have planned some events. Some of them sadly got canceled because COVID, but we're still on planning future events for Valentine's, Black History Month, International Women's Day. And right now, an event that is happening every Tuesday is the the CAB Lounge every Tuesday at 12:30. If anyone wants to join, we vent, we talk, we meet new people. So feel free to join every Tuesday for the rest of the quarter.
Do you want to pass it to someone else?
Yeah, I'll pass it to Tag.
Thank you. Yeah, so for TAG right now, we had to halt our meetings, and we had our meetings in the MAC building. The MAC building is currently closed until February 1st. So we're a little bit sad because we had a ton of events planned for the next couple weeks. Some events including like pillow fights. We're gonna have like pool tournaments, basketball games, pool, volleyball, but we really don't know what's going on right now because the MAC building, we've had to shut it down because of everything. But our primary way of giving out information is through the Seattle Central app. So if you look out for that, we'll be putting flyers in when we're going to be promoting different events once we see what's going on for the quarter. But as of now, we don't have any events planned because everything is so uncertain. So yeah, definitely just check us out on the Seattle Central app, and we will be trying to put some announcements on the Canvas app as well. So yeah, thank you. And did anybody else want to go?
So I think we are almost over. If anyone have any questions for CAB or TAG, please feel free to ask.
I mean, it's not a question, but something I forgot to mention was that we also like to collaborate with other clubs or other boards if they need help with an event. We're also so happy to help you. If you need more people for your event, we are here. Just let us know and we'll help you.
Yeah, the same goes for TAG. If there's any games or tournaments or any kind of like fun things you want to do, we're happy to send over members. If you need more manpower, just let us know.
I'd like to mention one more thing. So we have a $75 fee to join Phi Theta Kappa. It's mostly headquarters fees and then a regional fee and a chapter fee. But we have opportunities for fee waivers. So if you qualify to be a member, please reach out to us. And if you want to, please ask about our fee waivers. And, so we're excited to kind of reduce any barriers. $75 is a lot. So please don't let our enrollment fee and you have card insurance, you get, like, I get a $50 discount every time I renew my card insurance to my life. So it's so we have this, and it's well worth the money, but we want to provide ways to cover those fees again. So
Great. So as I said, we're almost over. We just want to share with you some resources here in the chat about how to start a club, upcoming events. And we also want to share our Seattle Central app and Discord links. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining us and in this online event, and stay safe. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And honestly, look out for any announcements for some of our future events. As you may have heard from TAG and CAB, we've had to move a lot of events around, but we are aiming on having a student leadership week at the end of February, so stay tuned.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.